Goku's getting wrecked by this electricity, and so from there, it looks like Goku is done for, and he falls off. And what we get here, ladies and gentlemen, is perhaps the longest fall ever reported in Dragon Ball history. Panzy wondering how long it's going to be before they arrive to the Demon Realm #1, and from here Glorio basically says not too long, and yeah, Panzy is excited. I mean, aren't we all? It has been a long ride to get here to the Demon Realm, to the first Demon Realm, that is. And so right away here you end up seeing that it looks like, yeah, she's basically grabbing, I think it's sort of like some communicator, like a cell phone pretty much. And from here you see that that green bug looking guy who we actually saw in previous early episodes, and we learned that basically he is definitely ready to speak and see where the heck has Panzy been. That is what he's just basically trying to figure out. And she mentions how, yeah, it was the Karakin ate her cell, and that's why it's been terrible. And he's like, oh, I hope you're okay, and stuff like that, and stuff, knowing what's in the second Demon Realm. But Panzy is quick to let him know that, hey, we got those Dragon Balls, both of them, and, you know, he finds that to be amazing. And he mentions that her father, King Kaden, I believe his name was, it's been a while since we've seen him, is that he basically got some sort of poor-looking ship right there, to try and get ready to go to the first Demon Realm. And she's like, we're good, because here you see Son Goku knocking out at boys, and ZZ's and like meanwhile Vegeta and Piccolo are just nice quiet sleepers. I thought that was a pretty good nice detail. And so yeah, basically she explains that the people from the outside world, that they are basically strong enough as it is. And we get Vegeta here, who opens up one eye, and he's basically wondering, is like, okay, so let me get this right, this guy's a king, yet he steals someone else's ship. And she's like, well, it's basically one that's mid-sized busted plane, and how even though he's a king, they're not exactly rich and stuff. And Bulma, aka Bulma, says that if you get some Majilite, if you get her some Majilite, she'll give them a few planes and stuff like that. And Pansy's like, seriously, that's awesome and everything. So it's cool that Bulma is looking out for them. And here you see Glorio's got this look like, if y'all gonna be able to do that or something. Of course, we know he's secretly working with Dr. Arinsu. So there you go. They end up going over to Warp-sama, who has been disabled. Warp-sama is completely out of it. And they realize it. And Gomah's like, yeah, it must have been Gomah who decided to go ahead and disable Warp-sama, aka Warp, so they couldn't get there. And Son Goku's like, open the door. So Goku takes his Neo Bow, aka the Power Pole, and he starts poking at so Warp's lips, and so Warp, he's out, he's completely disabled. And Goku's like, it's no good. So Vegeta starts wondering, like, hey, is there another way to the first Demon Realm? And basically I think Hibiscus tells him, no, there's no way. That tunnel is completely sealed off, so there's just no way to get there. And Son Goku's looking down on there, and he gets the idea, maybe I can go ahead and break this. So he tells his Neo Bow, aka Power Pole, to extend. And there goes the Neo Bow all the way down. And as it's reaching the center point of the shield, Panzy yells, says, what are you doing? Says, if you touch that thing, you're dead. You ain't coming back, dunzo. And she is freaking out basically by this. And when it hits the shield, electricity, it starts glowing up. Electricity starts flowing up in the air, and it comes right back up the pole and hits Son Goku's head, and boom, Son Goku is electrocuted. Yo, this is not to detract too much. This reminds me of a funny story back in high school. There was this hilarious moment where one of my teachers, and I won't say his name obviously, but he was saying that basically when he was a kid, his cousins played a prank on him and told him to go ahead and pee on an electric fence, and he said as soon as he peed, the electricity went up through his urine and zapped him right down below the belt. And I can tell you, me and all the guys in the classroom when we heard him tell the story, we were like, oh, because you would not want to imagine. That's exactly what this story reminds me of. But that teacher was really cool and everything. Zach, thanks for joining the chat. Says the GOAT. If you're talking about Son Goku, yes, I agree. The GOAT. Son Goku, the GOAT. Yeah. And so yeah, man, Goku's getting wrecked by this electricity, and so from there, it looks like Goku is done for, and he falls off. And what we get here, ladies and gentlemen, is perhaps the longest fall ever reported in Dragon Ball history. You'll see what I mean as I break this down more. So Son Goku already looks like he's about halfway there to the surface, and you have Panzy lets out this dramatic Goku. Oh man. And so you have Neva, who walks very slowly, obviously, and Piccolo's like, you know, what's going on? What are you gonna do? And Neva's basically like, I thought I air out the demon realm a bit. And Son Goku is still falling. Like I said, he looked like he was about halfway there. So how far of a deep is this? You have to wonder. So Neva flies up, and you know how slow Neva moves. So how long is Son Goku falling? And so Neva right here does something cool. So he basically starts speaking Namekian. So he says Portarat da Dorusi Popele Paro. I probably misbutchered that all and everything, Namekian. But yeah, he keeps repeating this over and over and over. And as he's doing this, we get this really cool energy glow. And Piccolo, he seems to recognize a little bit of what Neva is doing, or is just in complete awe. And so Neva, he uses this thing to go into the sky, and what we see is some pretty OP stuff. This purple light starts beaming, getting bigger and bigger, and it starts looks like it starts making the shield glow. And once again, like I mentioned in all this, Son Goku is still falling. I need to know, how long has Goku been falling? And Goku is falling down to the ground still, taking forever. And we see in the sky too, that light is also, the shield is turning glowing purple on that one. And from here, Panzy is in awe of what we're seeing. We see in her the reflection in her eye. Just once again, shout out to the animation staff doing a fantastic job as always. As she's looking over to see exactly what's going on, and these effects are really cool. Dragon Ball DAIMA consistently has done one thing. We can say as much, you know, some like the pacing, some don't like the pacing. There's been other episodes that have been really big and other episodes not been so much, and obviously, but one thing that is a general consensus that I know nobody can deny is that the animation has been absolutely on point in Dragon Ball DAIMA. And from there, we get this really cool, gorgeous lighting here as the shields are fading, just as Panzy is saying there, from the third into the third demon realm. And then he drops this one, that being Neva, he drops this one and it flies. Oh my gosh, how long has Son Goku been falling? I really need to know this. So this thing ends up dropping way past Son Goku, and basically right here you see it start to glow, and Goku finally wakes up, and there you see the shield to the first demon realm starts glowing, and Goku, really awesome shot. I love how this is drawn. Animation staff, once again, like I said, they are absolutely on point. And so Goku's like, oh, and basically you start seeing the glowing, and this just looks amazing right here. So both portals to the demon realms 3 and 1 have now been opened, and glory is like unbelievable. So it's very fascinating, because I was saying on the last episode, I thought based on what we saw with how Super Buu and SS3 Gotenks were able to break the fabric of the dimensions from the Room of Spirit and Time, aka the hyperbolic time chamber, and go into the back into the world of Earth, I thought that's what we were were gonna see with Goku and Vegeta. I believe they had at least gotten that strong now, but Neva, he just does it with ease, no screaming, no nothing. So Neva proving to do a lot of power. So we get the tunnels that are now open, and we see that they can now go through this, and Son Goku gets back on the plane thinking he was dead, and so he ends up putting, as they say in pro wrestling, he ends up putting over Neva big time, calls him Gramps, like basically saying that was amazing. And so Piccolo, he then asks, he was like, he assumes that you must have been the one who made these shields between the demon, that link the demon realms together. And he's like, yeah, pretty much. And he basically goes on to explain that the second demon realm was in chaos. And we see a flashback here, and these are looking like some of the demons that some of those jabroni demons, in fact, that Goku and Vegeta were completely owning in the early episodes. So he calls them the Ruffins, saying they would come to the third demon realm, and that basically they were arrogant, and they would come from the first demon realm, and it was impossible. He said basically living peace was impossible. I don't think we've seen these characters yet that are wearing black there, but what we seeing, that lady looks familiar. That looks like the lady that the Gendarmerie, aka Gomah's military police, actually had basically held captive in the previous episode, particularly when it was Majin fighting Tamagami number 1. So I wonder if this will come up to play later. And he basically says it's one of the reasons why the Namexians, aka Namekians, left to the outside world. And that's one reason why, once again, I got the subtitle versions up, because I'm not going to remember all this and stuff, basically, like I was doing before. So it's great to, as I review these frame by frame, I can go through and have the subtitles here to break this stuff down. And then, so basically, he put the shields up as a way to prevent them, and that's why he put the whole thing with Warp Sama in place, and it's allowed travel. But yeah, he mentions how the travelers have decreased and quiet down in recent times, and basically Piccolo says there's no Namekian like you in the outside world, and basically says you are truly legendary. Yeah, so this is, yeah, I would say that definitely is. Neva has gone beyond anything we've seen from any Namekian in all of Dragon Ball. So his powers are impressive. Going back to episode 1, when he, and I think most of you who are only watching the English dub have probably seen that and stuff now. And Neva, basically, he just starts laughing. And so Son Goku's like, yeah, let's go to the first demon realm. And basically everybody raises their arms up and proudly says, we are the nation of domination. Dun, 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 dun. Nation of domination. No, I kid. That's just a pro wrestling fan of me. So y'all who are fans, 90s WWE fans, will remember that back in the Attitude Era, Nation of Domination. But no, they put their fists in the air in unity, ready to go ahead to the first demon realm. And so Glorio basically takes that ship and flies straight in to the portal of the first demon realm. And Son Goku is all excited. He's like, let's go. They're going through this big tunnel, and there you see right there the demon realm looking a lot more, I would say, hellish. Basically, I think Demon Realm 1, to me, there's Gomah picking his nose, but Demon Realm 1 to me, I think, really looked like what we thought the demon world would look, basically what we envisioned the demon world being, because 1 and 2 were quite gorgeous, but 3 looks just very hellish and evil and stuff. And I think this is perfect for a final battle. Like, it reminds me of Planet Namek's destruction, which with, you know, Son Goku versus Frieza, one of the all-time great battles in not just Dragon Ball history, but all of anime history. I also think it's one of the greatest backgrounds. Like, that background just fits that of a true final battle. Hopefully we get to play this in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero when they start releasing DAIMA DLC. So yeah, we get picking his nose, Gomah, and Degesu's like, did you hear that? And they kind of start thinking maybe it's the wind, like the wind is blowing. And this is where Gomah's like, don't scare me like that, Degesu. And from there, Degetsu's like, yeah, I apologize and stuff. So they can't really make out what's going on here.